This time we start with U.S. history, road songs, February, movie trivia, people, and that is the Senate membership increased to this number with Hawaii's 2 senators added in 1959. He first flew from California to New York to test his plane in 1927. In the first air hijacking in the U.S., May 1st, 1961, Antulio Ramirez forced a plane to go to this country. It's said this religious leader's death paved the way for Utah to become a state. The other one. The unknown plot in this Pennsylvania city's Grandview Cemetery honors 777 victims of an 1889 flood. In question posed by the Beatles, why don't we do this in the road? What is it? He wrote Princess Snip Snip and the Puppy Kittens for kids and Meeting of Minds for PBS. Princess Snip Snip. I'm not even going to go where I'm going with this. Wow. Huh. Of 0, 3, or 28, number of children Arnold Schwarzenegger said he always wanted to have. John Denver wanted these roads to take me home. It precedes, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. If I take this, I'll be in Scotland before you. Gertie used this toy to teach E.T. English. 1853 version of this begins up and down the city road, in and out the eagle. Up and down the city road, in and out the eagle. This Charlton Heston film could have been called The Decalogue. You don't need pence for the victory dance, 'cause baboon's better than weasel. As of February 7th, 1943, these were rationed to a limit of 3 leather pairs per civilian per year. Mass inoculations against this disease started in Pittsburgh on February 23rd, 1954. Seems late for polio. And yet. Day colonists founded Savannah in 1733, and birthday in 1809 of the 16th president. New word coined after Governor Elbridge, Gerry, redistricted Essex County, Massachusetts on February 11th, 1812. Only because it is exactly divisible by 400, the year 2000 will have this date on its calendar. Typically, a century would not. Donald O'Connor complained about this co-star. 6 pictures and the mule still gets more fan mail. This film, the first with John Travolta in a starring role, came out in both PG and R-rated versions. Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, a year or two before Grease. This '59 film about aftermath of nuclear war opened December 17th in New York City, Moscow, and Melbourne, where it was set. Nursery rhyme Baby, whose daddy's gone a huntin'. I learnt the way a monkey learns by watching its parents, said this royal heir and polo player. Of course, he's King Charles now. This songwriter said, "I've got some brains under this wig and a heart beneath these boobs. You know, this feels like a trap, but I don't really care. I'm going for it anyway." My day has come. Excuse me. Marilyn Mock Vos Savant claims that, at 230, hers is the highest one on Earth. A sort of all-day sucker, or the rich old sucker who buys it for you. He and Orphan Annie make quite a pair. They both have white eyeballs, and he has no hair. Women's Wear Daily called this Turkish-born tycoon Daddy-O when he was married to Jackie-O. He's the granddaddy of the no-neck monsters in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. It's a horse race at the top. Let's continue with science trivia, literature, the Super Bowl, world cities, law, and mummies. Sex of Nathaniel West's advice columnist, Miss Lonely Hearts. You didn't think that was actually going to be female, did you? It's what a chronometer measures. Ridges called eskers and oval hills called drumlins are formed by these icy phenomena. Do-do-do-do-do. Umbras and penumbras can be parts of a sunspot or types of these. Umbreon. Pair of poets and lovers who couldn't bear it when they were separated. I'm very sure I put that up wrong. Oh, Robert and Elizabeth. Wonder if I'd said the Brownings, if that would have flown. The most common compound on the Earth's surface. Fahrenheit and centigrade readings are identical at this temperature. I got lucky with that slash. Dickens' novel in which Little Nell's grandfather literally gives Daniel Quilp the business. Little Nell. Two-word title description of Thomas Hardy's Jude. Credit for first having called it the Super Bowl goes to this Kansas City Chiefs owner. Mummified monks on bunks can be seen at the Capuchin catacombs on this island south of Italy. Is it the obvious? Yep. In Rabelais' epic, he's the giant father of Pantagruel, not a big ape. In 17th century England, John Selden said this about ignorance of the law. Yeah, I figured it was something like that, but I didn't think I would quote it properly. City which has hosted the Super Bowl the most times. 6. Anubis, the god of embalming, had the head of this wild dog, known as a grave scavenger. Of the AFC and NFC, the one that's won more Super Bowls. Well, I guess that sort of narrows it down, doesn't it? How in the hell do you get that wrong? I just gave one of them and that wasn't it. Oh my God. It is obviously the AFC. Okay, well. The only Super Bowl at which attendance was far below stadium seating capacity. I guess general lack of knowledge of the magnitude of the event. Famed defense lawyer who titled one of his books, "The Defense Never Rests." Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, and Bart Starr were each chosen twice. It's both Australia's oldest and largest city. But interestingly enough, not its capital. Only active volcano on Europe's mainland, Mount Vesuvius, overlooks this port city. Not anymore it don't, but let's go with it. Oh. Hundreds of bog mummies in Europe were naturally preserved by burial in this kind of bog. Could be a couple different ones. That is not one of the ones I had in mind. Famed for its pre-Lenten carnival, it's the largest city on the French Riviera. Nice. Or Nietzsche, if you prefer. The largest city in Ecuador. It's said the population of this city of 366,000 triples during the pilgrimage season. Latin term sometimes used for a plea of no contest. Mine was pretty lax. I guess I got lucky there. The Volstead Act introduced this unpopular law. That was so unbelievably misled. Meaning a small-scale version of 16th century bankers, the fuggers. Yes, fuggers. It's now another word for shyster. Man, you hand me an open door. Lacking a Michelin guide, pharaohs were buried with this, their guidebook to the underworld. And the final clue. In his hit song, Steve Martin said this famous pharaoh gave his life for tourism. I could just sit and win this, but that's not how I do things. The Soviet Union. And here we go. He was the top Soviet leader longer than anyone else. And I even managed to spell it right. Neat. More later. Thanks for watching.